What's up, Hoopers? If this trade that I'm hearing about and reading about right now, Rob Pelinka turned down, is true, I'm about to knock a 4-foot turd out of that dude. You will not believe the trade that came up this summer that Rob Pelinka turned down. Now, not only am I going to talk about this article, this trade, and the rejection, I'm going to bring up the stats of the players. I'm going to talk about who was supposed to come over and all of the hustle plays that the Lakers are doing, where they're ranking this season combined with the shooting they would have got. It would have been lights out. I am seeing something in this Lakers team. One, LeBron James has a great attitude, which usually when his teams get beat, his head is down, he's throwing the ball. He's been smiles, he's been playing, he's looking youthful. AD, other than falling over Kawhi, and I thought he was done for the season, he's looking great. But you know, and I know, the shooting is horrific, and it's got to change. I wish this trade would have happened. It didn't. Now we got to look at other trades, but wait till you read this trade that was rejected. I am your NBA white guy. I talk all things NBA hoops from a hooper's perspective, and if you love that kind of content, then make sure you dunk that like button and you subscribe so that you never miss a thing. So this offseason going into the 2022-2023 season, the Lakers had one goal: getting off of the Russell Westbrook contract and bringing in shooting. They brought in a Patrick Beverley, who's obviously not shooting it great. That's not what you brought him in for. Everybody was like, oh, he's a 40% three-point shooter. He averages for a career like 6 to 7 points a game. So that's not what you brought him in for. But what you brought him for is exactly what you're seeing with the Lakers this season. They look young. They're playing incredible defense. They are running the court. Their fast break is unbeatable, and I'm going to prove it here in a second. And they're getting to the free throw line the most in the entire NBA. That's what you need. But you got to couple that with shooting, and not getting off of Westbrook is an absolute killer. Now, there has been some rumors coming out, and I just did a video on this, that they're really waiting till Thanksgiving. But they didn't need to wait that long. This trade that I'm about to read you will blow your mind. Here it is. All right, so as you can see here, Lakers reportedly turned down a trade for Bogdanovich, Rudy Gay, and Conley. The Utah Jazz were in every discussion this entire summer. And before you go on and talk, well, you know, Bogdanovich is already gone, this can't happen. Well, Bogdanovich is with the Pistons. The Pistons is a very young team. This could have been something to where they wanted to bring in, you know, vet leadership to teach, but at the same time, they may have been positioning themselves to get Bogdanovich for something, to get maybe these Lakers draft picks, because everybody wants these draft picks. But that's not what we're here to talk about. I want to talk about this trade. Now, obviously, most people, when you see the name Conley, you're like, well, we got 4 guards. We don't need any. If you're watching what I'm watching, they're playing with incredible hustle and heart. These guys are substituting and rotating like crazy, and they seem to be enjoying it. They're high-fiving. Even Westbrook played killer defense, but his shooting, it's a liability. Conley, it ain't. He can shoot, and if he brings that tenacity that we've seen, and especially when you're led by LeBron James, Patrick Beverley, you have to play. You don't want to be the odd man out. Trust me. I've been in all these locker rooms all through college. If you're the guy who doesn't hustle, nobody's got time for you. So I like having Conley. Having multiple guys who can rotate, especially as injuries come up, this is how you can keep that energy going. You want to know how the energy doesn't keep going? You keep losing close games. This is when you will start seeing all of the efforts start to shrink, when you cannot win at the end of the game. They need some shooting. So here's the article right here that I'm going to read. Rob Pelinka had all summer to make a trade that would reshape the Lakers roster by sending away Russell Westbrook and bringing multiple players. He obviously didn't find one to his liking and has made it clear since that the front office has to be careful with such a deal because they only have one chance to get it done. I get that. And maybe waiting till Thanksgiving, you may get some stars who are tired of their teams, or you may get some teams who are just ultimate tank mode for Vic, and you can go clean house. But I'm telling you right now, this would have been a great team to go in with. There have been rumors of Westbrook deals. Lakers, pursued, didn't do anything during the offseason, such as Kyrie Irving or a trade with the Pacers for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, and a 3-team option with the Knicks and the Jazz if those two clubs made a deal for Mitchell. Earlier this week, Tony Jones, the Utah Jazz beat writer for The Athletic, suggested that another Jazz deal was on the table for the Lakers, but they rejected it. Bum, bum, bum. Robbie boy, you better make up for this one. Jones wrote that Utah was willing to deal. Wait till you see this. You will not believe it because, yes, we've heard of the players, but you did not hear about this other thing. Jones wrote on Twitter that Utah was willing to deal Bogey, Mike Conley, Rudy Gay, and a 2023 first round pick to the Lakers in exchange for Westbrook and those 2 first rounders. And if you look at Tony Jones right here, he says, yes, both picks for Bogey, Conley, Gay with a 2023 first rounder going back to the Lakers. Oh my, that seems too good to be true. Why? Let me show you. But before I break down the stats like I love to do, you have to do me one favor. The only way that YouTube's putting my videos out there is when you guys dunk that like button. So right now, I need you guys to go hit the like button. And at the end, you're going to comment what the Lakers are going to do with the trade next. I've got a couple trade proposals for you guys to vote on. But right now, hit that like button. Now check this out. This will make you vomit. So we all saw this. The Utah Jazz went in there and put the smackdown on the Nuggets. Obviously the Nuggets, they almost came back, whatever, but it doesn't matter. Utah's in uber tank mode, getting all the draft capital. They want to try and get Vic. Obviously everybody does. So they go out and they get the dub. Well, who led the charge? A couple guys who would have came over, just like Rudy Gay, just like Mike Conley. Oh my God, they combined for 9 for 16, but look at this, 32 points, 3 of 8 shooting, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 5 of 5 from the free throw. He's a 90+% free throw shooter. The Lakers are shooting over 80%, which is the first in the league this year. They need these good shooters. And the other guy, your boy Rudy Gay. I know he's been in the league a long time, but what's the biggest issue people are having at, wearing the purple and gold? They are nervous wrecks. You're seeing it with these young cats. Everybody's launching that three-point ball. They're airballing it, bricking it. You got to have confidence. This is why I actually liked Melo. Now, I hate Melo's, he's not going to play that defense that they need this season, so I'm glad they didn't pick him up. But the boy would shoot from anywhere and was not scared. Rudy Gay's been playing too long to be scared. He went 6 of 8, 4 of 6 from shooting. You talk to any NBA legend out there right now playing, they're just like, yeah, dude, Rudy Gay's that dude. 4 of 6 shooting. So a combined, basically, 6 of 10, 60% from the three. Now, obviously, they're not going to shoot 60% all season, but those are confident shooters that now you go back to that Warriors game or that Clippers game, they could be 2-0 very easily. Now, here's what I like looking at, because what happens when these players are on the floor? Are they helping the team? Like, one of the biggest plus minuses of the Lakers season right now is when Pat Beverly's on the floor. Everybody wants to talk about his 40% shooting or his lack thereof shooting. I'm telling you right now, when that dude's on the court, they are winning ball games. It's because he's a plus 15. So what did Conley do in the game? He had 8 assists. He had 2 steals. He even had a blocked shot. He was a plus 16. So when he was on the court, he was a plus 16. Now look at your boy Rudy Gay, a vet, a dude who can shoot the lights out, a plus 24. With 16 points. So these are dudes who can win at a very high level and who can shoot at a very high level. Now let's go over and look at the disappointing aspect of this. Right here, we're looking at the stat muse for this season right now, 2 games in, and I love some of the things that I'm seeing, and I hate some of the things. So right here, we have field goal attempts. We're first in the league, and field goal percentage, 29. So this is not three-point shooting. This is straight up just shots. Now, if you're a terrible shooting team, do you think you should be leading the entire league on three-pointers? I don't think so. The three-point attempts, they are first. Three-point percentage, 29th. So they are jacking up the most three-pointers and not making them. And obviously, they have 2 games. A lot of teams only have 1. That's kind of, throws, but they are launching three-pointers. They have shot 74 three-pointers this season. That is a ton for a terrible shooting team. But here's what I like. When you finish out everything else, offensive rebounds, which is crazy to me, that shows some hustle right there. But again, some of this is because some teams haven't played too. I think they're getting their butts kicked on the defensive end. It was good to see Damian Jones get a little bit of minutes. You play these bigger the centers are making that comeback, yo. I'm telling you right now. And at the end, I did a video yesterday on the Spurs trade with Jakob Poeltl. He would be great against a Zubac because Zubac just did what he wanted down there with us. So you can't have Anthony Davis banging with him all game. We saw what happened. So we need another big man, but. They are leading in a lot of this is all hustle right here. It's hustle. You can't teach this. You can't draft for it. It is strictly hustle. Steals, that kind of stuff. And obviously, all of these steals, even Westbrook had some great ones, is leading to the fast break, and that is exciting. It gets the entire crowd going. Did you hear the Lakers? Man, the Lakers crowd was going. The Lakers, they had 10, 12-point deficits 2 different times that they were able to bring all the way back up the ties with that defensive effort, and then no three-point were made. None of those dagger threes. And even if you shoot poor all game, as a three-point shooter, at least in the clutch moments at the end. If you could just bang one of those, it can change the game around. But we got to show you a little bit more. And again, before I go show you those stats and show you everything, make sure that you hit that like button. So in the trade, they would have got a 2023 pick back. So at least they had one pick plus some second rounders in the future. Mike Conley, Rudy Gay, they are huge in the plus minus category, plus just knockdown shooters. Who's the other guy that was coming? Bogey. Let's see how he's doing. Bojan Bogdanovich went over to the Detroit Pistons. He's definitely one of the older players on the team. If you look here, he's 33. Everybody else 21, 20, 23, 21, 19, 21. There you got Corey Joseph at 31, then 24, 23. These dudes are young. The Pistons know they're not out there trying to win the championship this year. So, doing this deal, I really like. I don't know why they did it, but it could be to try and position themselves to trade him and get a lot of draft capital for him because they are young and good. It does bring in some vet presence to help them. But look at this. He played 35 minutes. He went 8 of 16 with his field goals at obviously 50%. But look at the three-point attempts. I love looking at attempts, 10 of them. Okay? He shot it 10 times. He went 6 of 10, 60%. So he went 60%. Conley and Gay went 60%. This is insanity. Between all three of them, they went 12 of 20 from behind the arc. And again, free throw percentage. These are just knockdown shooters. And here's what I'm seeing from a hooper's perspective. What's happening out there, they have all the hustle in the world. And that is why LeBron James has actually been in a good mood. That's why he's been playing hard, because you can never knock that. Even LeBron James can't just stand out there on an island, because if he does it, everybody's going to notice it. And did you see what I saw last night? He wanted all that smoke with Kawhi Leonard. He was switching. He was jumping over to make sure he guarded him. So he's locked in. They got to get some shooters, but the problem is everybody's scared. They hate wearing the purple and gold. They hate standing next to LeBron James. They're thinking about every single shot. You got to have these vets. You got to have these dudes who are just stone cold shooters. When you are a streaky 30, 32% shooter, you can have a hot night and go 6 of 10. But if you are not just a guy who catches and shoots, which is why I like Matt Ryan. I'm probably out on an island for this. He's a little bit shaky right now because, look, he's in a big spotlight. But you notice what he does on offense. He is constantly moving. Nobody else does. He's running baselines, right? This is making the defense have to look and at least respect him. As soon as he catches that ball, he's already up in shooter's form. This is what Korver did. This is what Mike Miller did. This is what shooters do. If you've played any kind of basketball at all, which if you watch the Lakers, these guys don't want to shoot. They're like dribbling. They get like 3-4 feet, and they're kind of like, should I shoot? Should I shoot? They're trying to drive the basketball, and everybody's packing the paint. So you got to have dudes. I stressed this for the past 3 months, that having people who are bona fide just Matt Ryan alone, when he comes out, the defense is out on him. Everybody else, they crowd the paint. So if Matt Ryan can get hot, even a Cole Swider does the exact same thing. That's what the Lakers desperately need, is just a couple buckets, but they're kind of liabilities on the defensive end, and I really like some of these other players. Now, I just did an entire video on that Spurs trade that could happen, but hey, the Detroit Pistons are out there with Bogdanovich. Maybe they can, lift him. What are you guys dreaming? What's the dream scenario for the Lakers? I need you to comment down below. Obviously, it's shooting. Defense, we're good. So who out there in the NBA can we get that can shoot, and what is it going to take? I love reading your comments. I am your NBA white guy. I talk all things NBA hoops from a hooper's perspective. And if you love that content, then make sure you're hitting that like button. That's what helps me out. And subscribe so that you never miss a thing. And until my next video, homies, we'll catch you later.